Peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. The camera look like I'm looking off. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. Matter of fact, I'm laughing because I'm munching on these new little nuts I came across, which I'm gonna kind of bring it up a little bit. The subject has nothing to do with this. I'm just happen to be munching on them at the time. Laughing how I'm going in while I'm getting ready to record. But just want to give a little insight on the hierarchy of, when we reach out to higher beings or, our higher self, and it's like, bro, like our higher self got some information that we don't have. Like, why we not in on the information that our higher self have? And I made videos about this before, about like, where you don't want to know the end to the movie. Like, what's the point of watching a movie if somebody lets you know how the movie is going to go down? And it's like, why even watch it? Or why even live, if somebody's going to tell you what's going to happen in every second of your life? It's like, all right, then what's the point of even living this life or being in this matrix if I could just get the whole rundown from somebody? And I think about the hierarchy of, as above, so below. The body works like this, like, say for instance, when you're getting frostbite, and the body is gonna, like I say, the blood draws in and goes closer to the heart. The hierarchy of the body is like, well, the higher self could know, like, man, we about to go into a cold ass spot. You know what I'm saying? We about to go somewhere so cold that we might possibly, lose the fingers. But does the body go and tell the fingers beforehand, like, all right, like we about to go in this cold, you know what I'm saying? The fingers gonna be like, nah, well then why are we going? I don't even want to go. If there's a chance of me, not making it, and it's like, why even go that way? That's kind of how self works, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things that are challenges, may in our eyes, in our ego's eyes, like, may be harmful to us. But in essence, it's better, is something that brings us along the way for our spiritual growth, and it's in the bigger picture good for us. But that's the whole hierarchy of things, So if you let your fingers know that you was going into this cold place beforehand, your fingers will be like, fingers just stop, like, be like, nope, we not going. Like, and then every time you go to move, your fingers are keeping you held on to the spot you're in. Matter of fact, like holding on to a table, like you try to walk and your fingers like, nope, we not even going. Well, you just said we're gonna perish if we go this way. And that's the same thing with the body. And as above, so below, that's the same way businesses work, you know what I'm saying? The head of the business, the CEO, the person at the top, they know, like, oh shit, man, our little stock's about to crash, bro. I'm gonna have to, and for better or for worse, whether stock's about to crash, I'm gonna have to fire some people, or things look like it's gonna be on the up and up the next 10 years. It's time to hire somebody. But the people or the beings or the things at the the cells at the smallest form, or the smallest parts of this body won't know about all these things that's going on higher up. Just right, as soon as it's happening, there's a hierarchy to it, if something in the body knew ahead of time what was going on, it would jump the gun and mess everything up, So say, for instance, if that person that's running this business, they know that they want to do another business after the one that they're dealing with may crash, It's like, but if you go to the employees and be like, yeah, man, business is about to just belly flop, in the next 2 years or the next, time or so, things is about to mess up, then the employee's gonna quit, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, like letting the body know something ahead of time. It's like it's gonna quit on you, and it's not gonna be there and continuously work. And the same thing, Now, of course, dealing with a business or whatever, or just, hierarchy as above, so below, the higher ups will give you, if they care about you, they're going to give you, the most knowledge they can without giving you too much that may throw off the balance of the way things are moving, So again, you will be told certain things, but just not to a level where it's like everything. Because again, you find out the whole story of the movie, then you like, oh shit, I'm just about to lay down and not do nothing. Fuck this shit. I don't even want, excuse my diction, but you like, you just might give up or whatever, or work too hard or whatever the case may be. So this is one of the reasons, or how the hierarchy of the universe works, on that as above, so below level, to where, the hawk's eye, Haru, you know what I'm saying, the eye of Horus, see it, the eye of Horus. But, it's that hawk eye that's flying the sky. So as our lower nature, the lower body, it's like, what's going on, man? I just caught a flat tire, or this happening, that happening. But then the higher self, your higher self, the source connection is like, bruh, chill out, man. Everything's straight. I gave you that flat tire because you turned the wrong way anyway. And the person that's about to help you is a millionaire that's going to help your business, you know what I'm saying? So just pipe down and chill out, That's the same thing, that same little hierarchy, The higher self knows the bigger picture of what's going on, but our ego, our lower nature, is hoping for certain things that makes it feel good, you know what I'm saying? And everything that makes our lower nature or our ego feel good may not necessarily be, good for our soul growth or for our spiritual growth, or our soul in general. So, there's always that aspect that's there, but again, the company about to expand, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to tell people ahead of time, because then I won't be able to see who's going to really be say for instance, look at it in a positive light. I won't know who's going to really step up to the plate and be a boss at the new business. When I expand the business, I don't want to tell everybody, because then they're going to start acting different and like, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that. Or they might fake like they're nice and this and that just to get a position. So I don't let the, the beings, those cells or whatever on that, the lower parts of the hierarchy, I just kind of keep it to myself. And then when that time comes, and things build up in divine order, you see, all right, well, this person, I didn't tell none of them this, and this person always showed they was built for this situation. So, again, it's like, not saying nothing, because if source tell me, like, hey, and they let you know too much, you're going to be fronting and doing the things that, like, all right, hey, source, look at me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, wasn't out of a genuine nature, So again, it's just allowing things to flow in that manner. And it's no good or evil, because you could say, oh man, the higher self, or the hierarchy of the higher self over soul, not telling us what's going on, that's evil, I mean, is it really evil? When in essence it's just it's something that has to happen to keep a whole thing moving, Again, I use the finger analogy. And when things get very, very cold, the blood recedes within the body, and what's best for the bigger picture of the situation, either you could just let the whole body die, like you go in a cold area, say for instance, if the blood didn't retreat into the heart, then basically, the whole body would just die, and now nothing could happen from that consciousness. Or, a few fingers might get lost in order to save the whole body, And that's another thing that's going on with the spiritual growth. Earth is like, all right, a few fingers and a few limbs that's no longer serving us, a few little, a couple of cells that's, detrimental, a few antioxidant, and a few oxidizing or cancerous cells are, are causing harm, and it's time to, retreat and take back, and deal with the antioxidants. So, even within the body, I always make that analogy. Like, if you taking an antioxidant drink, the harmful things in your body, like, oh shit, I'm about to die, man, that's evil, man, why are you trying to kill me, but the body is like, bro, I'm cleaning myself, this is a detox, I'm raising my vibration, And you do see the balance, though, to where there is no good or evil. It's just a change in polarizations, The quote-unquote people seen as evil is not evil for doing what they do, and the quote-unquote good people not just good for doing what, is, you could see both sides as evil or good, because it's all about a balance, and again, just hierarchies to the universe and the way things work. Always go to the Emerald Tablets or the Hermetic text, the laws of Jehudi, the 7 principles of the universe, And my favorite one, everybody know, as above, so below, the law of correspondence, because that helps. I could look at things within my body and know what's going on Earth right now, which that's how a lot of like the government and certain people that's tied, or the Vatican, they know how the universe work in that level, so they looking at the people to know what's going on inside the body, or they looking at the cosmos to know what's going on, or vice versa, but the macrocosm could let you know what's going on in the microcosm, and vice versa, what's going on the smallest level let you know what's going on in the bigger body, so all these things go together. That's basically it, there's no good or evil. So right now too, if you're wondering like, man, why it seem like this happening, why it seem like that's happening, why it seem like I'm left out and don't know what's going on, why the information seem like it's being withheld from me, because it may be what's best for you in this moment in your growth, and I ain't gonna say it may, but in most cases, the universe source don't make any mistakes. So if you feeling like you're not in the light about a certain situation or information, it just serves you best right now in this moment to not know about it. When the time comes, then you're gonna know that, hey, the business is expanding, buy you a new suit, get you some new clothes, we're moving to a new location, or hey, you've been fired, the company been knowing we was about to belly flop, and things had to keep moving to keep the body moving, but unfortunately, we gotta let you go, or whatever the case may be. But that's the hierarchy of things. That's why, again, everything mimics us, what I'm saying? So the way a business runs, it mimics the way a body runs in essence, even though some of us may see it as unrighteous, like, oh man, a boss will just fire anybody. And of course, there's a lot of ego tied to some, and some of these work situations and, dealing with the hierarchy of a boss, CEO, some of these things could be seen as unrighteous, but, that's the opinion, that's more of a, we are, that's why a lot of spiritual teachings teach about being an observer, there's no wrong, there's no right, there's no good, there's no evil, there's only things happening, and there's polarizing natures to things, and not necessarily a wrong or right, certain things happening and with a certain flow to it, and it's either with this flow or that flow, but neither one are good and evil, and one exists. One existence allows for the other one to exist, Without the light, there wouldn't be no such thing as darkness, or vice versa, They create each other, But that's basically it. Again, so, and I'm using this example too because, again, we get in on the spiritual walk and we're wondering like, what's going on? Why are we not knowing this? Or why I can't just ask my spirit guides to just let me know everything, It's because of this little hierarchy that's going on, And I use hierarchy for better, for lack of a better word, what I'm saying? Because I'm not too familiar with the definition of the word hierarchy, but, it may have a negative connotation, negative, quote unquote, but I'm not sure. But it just rolls off the tongue good for me in this moment in the context of, what I'm explaining. So it is what it is, but that's basically it. Matter of fact, I'm over here. I'm not endorsing these, but I am trying to model some new super nuts of the savannah, Barukas. I think that's how you say it. We got a load of vitamin E, zinc, magnesium, potassium, iron. Even got a little calcium going on in there. Matter of fact, it's moments like this when I come across the new little fruits or nuts or things of this nature. I'm like, man, I need to have the brethren. Matter of fact, shout out to the brethren KT, the Arc Degree. But I'll be like, man, I need to have that brethren on speed dial. Matter of fact, if you ever into anything dealing with, the science of the body, matter of fact, the brethren, like I said, it's lessons stem from Dr. Sebi. So if you want to check out any type of health knowledge, definitely check out KT, the Arc Degree, But yeah, when I come across certain little eats like this, and me, I learn from experience. I'm not going to say, oh, well, I didn't see it on Dr. Sebi's list, so I'm not going to eat it. To each his own on how you treat, those situations. But I I'm a scientist myself, you know, because in my head I'm like, shit, the doctor said we even know these nuts existed, you know, maybe he didn't even know these nuts existed when he made this list, you know. Not saying yay or nay or not knocking, you know, it's just being my own scientist, which we all should be, you know. And Dr. Sebi would tell you the same, you know, like question things and see what's going on, you know. The reason why he got the knowledge he had, because he didn't just accept what was being said around him, you know. So that was kind of, you know, the example, or that is the example of a lot of teachings, you know, is like a person following their own and then delivering information. And yes, their information is for us to kind of use in a helpful format, but then in essence it's used as a catalyst to spark our minds and our being to, you know, do something new and creative as well, you know, that's different from the information that they put out, you know. But that's basically it. Peace. Happy now. Now's the vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now.